Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us. Yes, I'm back for a Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, joining me this evening, my fellow men. It's Paddy McCourt, down in your bottom. And to the right of me, it's my good man, Sean Maloney. Another wee hoodie again, son. This is getting a wee bit of a habit. You and him have got a fetish, one for Celtic tops and one for hoodies. So it's been happening, me man. How are we?
At least I'm going the cheap route, mate. He's gone for he must be doing well on this podcast, by the way, because he's must be getting some sort of money from somewhere, because he keeps getting the jerseys, mate. And that's why we all know that's why he's got to arrive soon, mate. And it's a wee jersey run. So, but no, I'm good, mate. Looking forward to the podcast. Really, really excited last night after the game. It's the first time in a while, probably since the Derby game, that I've walked away for a Celtic game, especially at Celtic Park, happy. Really good performance in the first half. There's always going to be a drop off in the second half when you go and win like that, JP. But overall, mate, it's a fantastic performance, and hopefully that's what Celtic are back now. Hopefully that's the performance we've been crying out for a while all season. That's mimicking Angie's style of play last night. Everything was intent and fantastic, mate. So I'm happy. Hope you're happy. I hope Paddy McCourt's going to take that off because he looks ridiculous. Apart from that, I'm all good, mate. How are you?
I am good, mate. I'm like you say, I'm absolutely elated with what I witnessed last night. 6-0 at half time. Listen, I'm not even going to get into it all now because there's too much for me to. The podcast will be done by the time I get finished. We're getting through it all, so I'm absolutely elated. The boys are back in town. Magnificent 7, piling on the agony, putting on the style. Well, Mr. McCourt, I can see you're top of the morning, and I can also see that Big Stan Vargas gave you a Rennie's jersey for the night, mate. How are we?
Aye. Pat Island, your face Brimble.
What a double in your face on, Springburn.
Aye, Springburn.
No, this is too warm.
No, fantastic.
Obviously fantastic. Last night's result and performance, especially. Performance was what we've been crying out for the full season. Where's it been? But it was breathtaking. The first half, especially, obviously 6-0, going in at half time. Brilliant. I think individually as well, and as a team, across the park, absolutely phenomenal. But that's the kind of performance that we're needing for the rest of the season now. We're showing that we're capable of that kind of level of performance. So, it was really impressive, to be fair. A lot of standout performances, but see with the hat there, it's made us all kind of happy that it's made us all kind of happy that we're seeing this kind of performance. So, elated and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yes, we are elated, and we're looking forward to the next game now, because that's where it is now, lads. I think it's down to one game at a time for us now, and we kind of go for there. But I would obviously take from Sunday, really a lot of confidence, and then last night they just opened up and let the shackles off, in my opinion. Good evening to everybody that's joined us, and I hope you're all well. I see some of you coming in there with your good evening. I'm sorry I can't put everybody's comments up. I'll be here all night if I was to do that, but thank you very much for everyone that's tuning in with us. Hope you're all well, and I hope if anybody was here, or was at the game, sorry, should I say it, at Paradise, I hope you fully enjoyed that as much as what we did. But Ryan, I think it's, I've not been able to take a smile off my face for last night. I really haven't. Actually, for Sunday, because the second half the football was all there and on the second half, and I was talking to one of the guys that sat beside me last night, and he was saying he reckons this has been coming for a wee while, just with the not taking more chances, and you look at the Ross County game, Palmer scores one of the 2 penalties. That's a different game. You go on and maybe score 2. We were in Sheffield that weekend, man. So obviously, we're trying to watch something on my phone because there was no establishments down there that had the game. Would you believe it? I mean, what kind of world doesn't he want to watch Celtic nowadays?
What kind of pubs have no go dodgy boxes? Not that we deal with dodgy boxes, but know what I mean? That's 2024 these days, you know what I mean? Everybody's got all these
It happens, we know what goes on in the world, we're not silly enough. Yeah, that's it.
Don't get wrong, I don't deal with that type of stuff. I'm a straight guy, I've got Virgin Telly and that, know what I mean? So
you fly out to Paris so you can get TV.
I'd imagine with about Euro 10 showings going, me, man, that's the only Virgin stuff that's in Europe.
Aye, we'll leave that to another time.
Oh no, we need to leave that now. You brought it up, you've mentioned it now. See, you've done a check young, you threw yourself. That's what we call a two.
What he does is against the law, no?
Aye.
What's that, talking shit?
The half 10 show, some of the stuff he does,
Oh no, what he does is unbelievable. I mean, what I can't follow him out, and I've never got my head around it. I'm afraid to ask him in case he tells me something I don't want to hear. But see when he sent his A40s in the Amazon delivery, the big chains, I don't know what the fuck he's using them for. I really don't. But
it's all these male pals he's got.
Honestly, Ryan's got one of the biggest group of pals I've ever saw. They're the biggest group chat on WhatsApp I've ever seen. I think that's him up to 642 of them now. And honestly, it just keeps going and going and going.
And he manages to fit them all in his house.
But honestly, and he keeps talking about this house that he's been stuck in, but he's managed to find out the address. He's gave everybody the address. Everybody goes to visit, and everybody's there before 10:30. Would you imagine it, man?
Well, see when you're good at your job, people come back to you.
Well, that's true, man. That's it. So it must be that Vaseline you've got to look after people.
It's that lobster Femador keeps serving them.
It's that wee hatch.
Aye. It's that wee hatch. Big Shug gave him.
I bought a wee hatch from the corner when the back, aye.
No, but all kidding aside, Ryan, me and yourself were at the game last night, mate. And a couple of comments have come in. it's raining goals. We point there for Bev. He says he thinks Awata has put a good injection into the middle of the park. He's offered McGregor and O'Reilly a chance to move forward and create more. Both culminating in scoring last night. Good to see he's playing with a smile. Aye, definitely, Bev. And it's good to see us three having a smile. Because normally me and Alan by this point at 10 minutes into the pod are usually having a tear up, except tonight we're having a wee who's the funniest tonight. So aye, Ryan, but as Bev says here, mate, it's it's not, that's one of the very few changes that's happened over the last couple of games. It's been really positive for us. But Awata's made a massive difference to the team, mate.
He was good on Sunday before he took off. I know fans were disgruntled, but I think we know why. He's not played a lot of football recently, so you could understand why he was taking off, and putting Bernardo on isn't a bad replacement. Thomas, as usual, stride, mate. You can come and see that in person, big man. So you just imagine how the couch is in person, big man.
See, Thomas, see the back of Ryan to your left on your screen, mate. That goes right out into his hall, by the way. That's a really big couch, mate.
The length for this hall.
Take the wellies out of the case.
Awata, I agree with Bev. I said to you yesterday, JP, after the game, and Alan as well, that for me, Awata was, I know Yang got man of the match, and Yang was very good. It was very positive. I thought Awata was, for me, he was the best one in the park.
Yes.
He was, in terms of, he's no flashy. He reminds me of Neil Lennon in a way. No his stature, no the way he plays. Just, he doesn't do anything flashy. He just does a simple thing. He breaks up the play. And I don't want to be disrespectful, but he gives the ball to the good players, like the creative players, to go forward. Like, I've done my job, and he plays it forward. Similar to Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon won the ball, broke up the play, gave the ball to Petrov, he gave it out wide to let the guys go and do the playing. I think that's kind of what does that job perfectly well. And it was after the first few minutes, you kind of, right, okay, here we've got the first goal, right, boom. And that's the way Celtic used to be last year and the year before. That's what we've had. So we know the players have got it. We know the player can still play that way. They know the players are still able to go and do that type of football. So, like you say, what has happened this season? Why is it took now for this to? Has it been a wee scare at the weekend, or maybe a rocking for the manager and Sunday? Listen, you need to step up here. So, and for me, no, I agree with Maestro there. Dundee didn't get a sniff.
Must have been a long trip with him for him, because the bus broke down and all.
I know. But if I'm going to be kind of, the only thing that I didn't like was the fact we didn't keep a clean sheet. That's probably the only negative I could say about the game. And like I say, I'm sure it was a year where we go to Seville. I'm sure it was that year that a goal against Dundee a few weeks or so before the end of the season, that basically knackered us for the league. We can see that as silly goals. So these wee silly goals they could impact now. The goal difference, we have brought that goal difference right back. So you want to try and keep clean sheets. That's the only negative, JP, that I could tiffle last night. If you want to call it a negative, I just like keeping clean sheets. But overall, it was brilliant. The football was good. The intent was there. It was everything was just of Celtic that we've used to see. Every goal was good goals. Every shot just about on target was a goal. And for me, Johnson was good again. Hopefully that's him back to Bernardo or Johnson we've been seeing the last few years as well. But overall, mate, my take on the game was brilliant. And just a wee warning for them across the water that, listen, we've not went away. I know we've not had a good on our form in terms of performances the last few weeks, and we've tapped a few points, but by all accounts, obviously I was at the game. Didn't see the game. Obviously, I've seen bits and bobs of the highlights. Apparently, they weren't good until the last 10-15 minutes. So, like I says, if that's the way we're going to be the rest of the season, then I think it's going to be very unlucky for the rest of Scottish football, because if that's us just starting this season, then I hope that's the fear factor back, JP. I hope that's us back and teams come to Celtic Park feeling a rocking. So overall, mate, I've come out of Parkhead so happy, and I'm hoping that now that's what we call the turning point, and we can go now into a big game on Sunday at Hearts.
Yes, as Alan, obviously the point on Iwata, I think it's glaring to see, mate, that he's made a difference over the last 2 games. But he's not the only one, and obviously we'll come to that. But I think that's a good point for Bev as well, that, you know, he's one of the ones it's made a massive difference. And what I like about him is he just keeps it simple. But he's so effective at breaking up the play and, you know, getting Celtic back on the ball and moving forward at a quicker pace.
Aye. I think it's been highlighted over the kind of last couple of decades, that type of player. You look at kind of, I think it started with kind of Claude McAuley, look at N'Golo Kante. For us, you kind of look at Neil Lennon, a guy that doesn't get fully appreciated, but they do all the kind of awkward work and let the other players kind of take the glory for it. So he's in there, he's doing a great job, he's breaking up the play, and I think most importantly that you're seeing the best of our captain, Cal McGregor, when you're pushing him forward a bit, because I think I mentioned, it was last week, about when Cal's kind of playing that kind of through pass and that forward ball, you see how important he is in that regard. I thought every player in the park kind of played their part, and you've seen how important and how well they're playing, the tempo, the intensity, the tenacity of them as well, the hunger. You've seen it back. I think, as Ryan says, look, where's it been? You're looking at, this has to be carried on. We need to kind of put a mark of consistency on these kind of performances now. We know we're capable of that, so we need to make sure that we carry this on into the weekend and further forward into the season. There's, I think, a load of people, what I'm seeing in social media, I think everybody's got a different opinion on the man of the match. It's just we're saying kind of what I think Yang got the official one, but before he come off, I said to you guys today, I thought Greg Taylor was absolutely incredible. It was all over the place. It was every blade of grass I think he covered, and it's a great thing when you look at the whole team and you can pick a number of them that you're saying is the best player in the park. That's exactly the kind of standard that we're looking for. It's the standard that we need to keep up, and it's a standard that we have been looking for. And you heard the kind of applause at half time when we come in 6-0. You know how happy the fans are there, and that's because every Celtic fan knows that this team merits that kind of performance, the skill and ability and the work rate that they've got. It definitely kind of merits that kind of performance. And even kind of off the ball as well, it was kind of, it's not been used much, but I think Dyson Maida was back to his cell as well. The amount of running he done, the amount of closing down he done. Obviously, he's got his goal. He misses sitters, but he pulls off goals like that. He's a bit of an enigma, shall we say? But his work ethic, his effort, and his contribution last night was incredible as well. And you can probably say that about most of the players on the park, if not every player.
Yeah, definitely. For me, you talk about man of the match here, Alan. For me personally, I just thought Yang was unplayable. I thought he was outstanding. The way he cycles the ball for us, his left foot, his right foot. For me last night, in my opinion, I think today and maybe the next couple of days, Owen Beck's going to be having nightmares about him, because he gave the boy a torrid. He absolutely annihilated the boy. He gave the boy a torrid time. And I just love the way he stands people up. He's just so aggressive. And I think the team, you can see the team, you know, you're looking at Riley, looking for him. McGregor's looking for him. Alistair Johnson. They were all using Yang last night as an outball to give them energy, you know, to give them that energy to drive. Because every time you get a ball, whether he's driving across the pitch, forward, or to the byline, he's driving the ball. And he was shifting the ball so quickly last night between right foot, left foot. I tell you what, lads, I can understand now why the South Koreans are going absolutely ape regarding him, because, and he's, you know, they've set the standard so high for him. one of Klinsmann's interviews, and this is bizarre because he never even played him at the Asian Cup there. But one of his interviews during the Asian Cup was the fact that they see him as the next guy to be like Son at Tottenham. That's the way he's sort of looked at with the South Koreans, which I find absolutely. I mean, that alone, what a compliment that is, just to, to be put in that sort of bracket. But I'll tell you what, lads, if that's the way Yang is now going to perform, if it's taken him this long to settle and, have that bit about him now, then I can't wait to see more, because right now that position's his, in my opinion. He's going into Sunday again, and he's getting right into the team at Tynecastle, because he's made that much of a difference in such a small, short period of time now. I really do think that, you watch him on Sunday, you'd a right good half an hour off him. But Ryan, what I love about him is he doesn't stop running, mate. Rodgers paid him a great compliment, and, and I think that's why he took him off last night as well, because he knew, you see the evasion he got last night when he came off. The fans appreciated what he done for the team last night. But see players like that who are not selfish and they look to pass the ball instead of shoot all the time. That's what you call a good teammate. That's what you call, and he does the dirty side of the work as well, because he chases back. And I think there was only once I've seen Alistair Johnson the last couple of games just having to, have a wee kind of an hour with him and say to him, look, remember and get back in here whenever, But apart from that, they two look as if they'll get good chemistry together. And I think Yang must understand certain parts of English, especially when obviously I sat in an off stand, so he was over beside me last night, and I could hear even Matt O'Reilly speaking to him, and Alistair Johnson speaking to him, and he was nodding and acceptance to what they were saying. But Ryan, you're seeing a guy last night, not just a Celtic team, mate, and Yang, you're seeing a guy, mate, with the shackles coming off. You're seeing a guy now starting to look confident. You're seeing a guy starting to look now, right, lads, I'm ready to show you what I can actually do. This is what I'm all about. And long may it continue, mate.
That's confidence for you, Jai. You know yourself, between yourself and anybody who's played football, it doesn't matter what level you play at. Like myself, when I played, if I scored one goal, doesn't matter how poor I was. See, if I scored, I was buzzing to play again the next game. Mm-hmm. I was buzzing to go to training, right? I'm playing it Sunday. I'm going to score. Once you start doing, Yang, once he beat his guy once, that was him. We've done that all season. Like I said the other day to you, why do we not get by a man once and just keep going at him? Because if he's booked, he might get booked again. If he's not booked, he'll get booked because he'll be sick of you.
Who was it that booked early doors against him? Was it Owen Beck? He skinned him, didn't he? And it was somebody. It was down the far. It was a way down the far side.
No, who's the other guy? Who's the other fullback? I can't mind his name.
No, the one that gets sent off. No, he gets sent off for a challenge.
I thought it was Owen Beck, to be fair.
I think it was Owen Beck. If somebody can correct me, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was a boy Beck.
Thought, like I said, as much as I'm elated about last night, we have got to take a step back as well. Listen, don't get carried away about us. Praise the guys' performances.
Thanks,
big Ida, Yang, Nawata, brilliant. But like I said, even Sunday, they've got to do it again at Tynecastle. They've got to do it all season.
Yeah.
We can't just go right. Brilliant. That same Celtic players now. They've got to continue to do it, especially leading up to this league title. We can't have any more passengers now. Passengers gone. Every player who plays has got to be close to their pelt. No excuses now. We've got 10 cup finals now. In my opinion, we've got 10 cup finals. I still believe we'll win the league.
To be fair, with John's comment there, if he's referring to Yang, it's been more than one good.
I did get what John's saying though.
I understand it, yeah, but
Yang's not had he's had bits and bobs of games, but he's not had a consistent one. He's not started to go 2, 3, 4, 5 games ago.
Yeah.
By the way, this boy's decent. We've only seen bits and bobs, so if Yang does it again on Sunday and he does it the next week, I'm going, right, by the way, this boy, right, I can really see why we signed him. I can now see why he's rated highly. Let's go. I think the confidence is a massive thing with football players. Doesn't matter what level you
Did
play.
you notice him doing that as well? Like when
The crowd.
they were scoring the goals and he was...
Like I says, I've seen he's had attributes, but I'm still not going to sit here and say, wow, he's fantastic. What a player. See if he does it consistently in the next 2 or 3, 4 games, whatever it is, then I'll go, right, brilliant, right, okay. Now I can say the guy's good. But for me, on last night, it was brilliant. JP, he was positive, he was direct. As soon as you get the ball, he was facing the guy up. It was similar to Abada. As soon as you get the ball, direct. Similar to Jota, get the ball, direct. We've not had that all season. And last night, there was something in the air last night. I don't know what it was, but in the first half, everything was just... It was like the sun came out, if that makes sense. I know it's night time, but it was like just... Everything was just all bright again. Everything was just... All the fans were happy and singing, and they're all at half-time. I've never experienced that, apart from maybe, I think, the game against them at Hampden. I've never, against Ange recently. I've never heard a roll like that at half-time. That was...
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
That, as a player getting into half-time, knowing what you've just put on in the fans, that must give you a big lift.
6-0.
Aye, so like I says, and Dundee have been decent. I've seen people saying, "Oh, poor Dundee team." Away you go. Dundee have been decent this season under Tony Docherty, so it's just crazy. But I do believe that Johnston's getting a good relationship with Yang as well. So, like I said to you earlier on the day, that team, if they're fully fit on Sunday, they need to play. Don't chop and change it. As much as I might not think Liam Scales is good enough or whatever, keep the same team now. They've won that game. You can't go and trap anybody or whatever else. Keep playing the same team, because the longer the guys play together, the more you'll get performances. Like if you keep chopping and changing, you're not going to get results, because guys will not know how to play with each other, and it'll be all over the place. So for me, I don't know if you feel, Alan, but for me, I think that's the consistency now is going to be there. Aye, Liam Scales done 2 or 3 things last night with silly passes. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, Liam. But overall, the team was good. So that's going to be the team going forward now.
Didn't know your availability, me, man.
But I do, Super John is Baza. I do believe that, my opinion, if you keep the same team, you'll get consistency. None of this chop and changing, putting Kyle. I wasn't. Maybe it was just me, Alan. I don't know if it was just me that at the game what I seen. I didn't like Kyogo's attitude. I thought he was just like I come as a sub. He was just kind of. I don't know if that was just me, Alan. Am I picking something here, Alan? But I just didn't think Kyogo.
Sorry, Alan. I'm not laughing at you saying about Kyogo. I'm laughing at Maestro's comment to you when you says there was something in the air last night. And I was beginning to think that as well. Maestro reckons you were ready to start singing.
Fernando.
There was something in the air last night. The stars are bright. Fernando.
I just hope, Alan. I just hope, Alan, we keep the same team, because if we keep the same team, they'll get to know each other better, they'll play better. And as Bazza said last night, I do feel that there's some apple crumble coming across the water, because Celtic are away. Celtic will not be going away. And if we keep playing like that, I find it very hard for teams to beat us if we continue like that, because they know, aim across the water know, if we turn up with anywhere near last season, they know they'll be shitting themselves. So, honey, go, mate.
I think the massive word there's if. Big if, because as much as we can praise the whole performance last night, because it was a very pleasing performance to watch. You're looking at that across the season, and we need that kind of consistency across the board. For a lot of the players, I agree with John and Ryan there with Yang. You can't just play a few games like that wherever it is, but you need that kind of consistency to continue. Right, you're looking at players that we've seen. Palmer had a massive purple patch at the start of the season. You see the kind of deliveries he was making. You see the kind of goals he was scoring. Right, but he's been half a boil, I think we can all agree, compared to what he was playing kind of similar at the start of the season.
Frankie,
So you're looking at that. I think it was 4 games after the split. Bernardo, we were all saying to ourselves, pay 6 million. He had that purple patch that he was playing exceptionally well, absolutely unbelievable. But before and after that, they've kind of dropped off as well. And you can't expect every player, but we need that kind of level of consistency. Yang, I appreciate that he's coming from a foreign country. I appreciate it's a different culture. I appreciate it's probably a different level of football that he's playing at. But even like the St Johnstone game, I think he got whipped off at half time. That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen for a football player.
Spot on, Buzz.
But we can only judge on the last performances. Yang looks fantastic in maybe the last kind of game and a half or so. So you need to put your trust in him, but he's got that opportunity probably because of how our wingers have been contributing recently. And he's obviously took advantage of that. And fair play to him.
I've seen a big difference in Yang.
Needs to continue.
I've seen a big difference in him for the start of the season. Because see, if you look at the contrast just now, for me, Nicholas Kuhn reminds me of Yang at the beginning of the season. You know, a wee bit of slow and laboured and trying to find his way. And then, before you know it, Yang was put out of the team and he was having to train harder and do things differently. And, you know, and Yang's obviously changed. He's grown confidence. But right now, we're all saying the same about Nicholas Kuhn. Like, what is he going to bring to the Celtic team? Because we've not yet saw it. But, again, sillily, in my opinion, some people have just, you know, written the guy off as if, yeah, he's nice. And a lot of people have done that with Yang, maybe.
But we're in a position we're bringing in players that they need to hit the ground immediately. Right? We're Glasgow Celtic, we need to bring in players that are contributing right away. In an ideal world, we'd like to bring in players and they can kind of get used to the game and culture, etc. 6-7 months, that's ideal, but that's not the position we're in at present. That's how we've lost that kind of that point difference. We need players to come in and hit the ground running. And as I said, quote me, I says with Bernardo, everybody was saying sign him up, but you need to give him. Well, I disagree at present. I think you need to give him kind of 9-10 games that you're looking for a proper consistency in the performances. And he's at the team, obviously, so he's no keeping up to the kind of exceptional levels that he was performing at previously. But it could be a turning point because obviously the second half against Motherwell was definitely an improvement. The whole game last night kind of petered out a wee touch in the second half, but I think Brendan was sensible with the substitutions. When you're up 6-0, young boy on the bench as well, obviously showing potential. Super. But bring off your captain, give him a rest. We've got a big end to the season, so I see a lot of guys on Twitter saying about we could have made that a hell of a lot better with the goal difference and that. I disagree with that. I think if you're up that kind of distance,
you've won the game 7-1. What do you expect?
Aye, we've got big games ahead of us. Take the important players off. Aye, take the important players off. Give them a rest. Make sure they don't get injured. Because especially like the weekend and all, we've got a big game coming up. What would happen if like Cal McGregor in the second half or Carter Vickers get injured? So if we're up 6-0, I completely agree with Brendan at that point.
McGregor's 1 yellow card away for a ban as well.
So I completely agree with Brendan there. I think he done entirely the right thing. When you're speaking about Kyogo, Ryle, I slightly see where you're coming from. I think Ida's been good the opportunity. I'm not saying he's a world beater, he's done well. But Kyogo's not been performing to the level that we know he's capable either. So the big man's come in, he's seen the opportunity, and to be fair, he's contributing a lot better than Kyogo is at present. That's not saying that Kyogo's a bad player. That's not saying that Kyogo won't come back and contribute a hell of a lot for us. But at the minute, he does contributing a lot more with whether that be kind of goals, assists, or the kind of performance. So I think Kyogo needs to take it to chin and up his performance rates, and hopefully that kind of competition that he's got at the minute can inspire him to do that.
Yes, absolutely. I think there's been loads of comments, regarding Kyogo's situation, lads, and I just think he's came to a point now where every striker gets through these wee points where things don't go for them, and they end up finding themselves out of the team. However, what's made it easier to bring him out of the team now is we've brought in a guy in Adam Ida who, in my opinion, lads, gives us a focal point very similar to Giakoumakis now, in terms of strength, physicality, height, and obviously recent goals as well. So that's 5 goals in only a handful of games. That's probably his best scoring record at pro level so far. You look at the profile of the player before he comes. We're all questioning, we're all saying, now we'll get comments coming in here. Romy One Kenobi, what a YouTube name that is, has put up a wee comment earlier there saying the one player that needs to be signed up permanently is Adam Ida, and he's not the only one to be saying comments like that. Barry Bannon, obviously himself, Ryan, spoke to myself and you, and he says he just had a right good feeling about that one in terms of, what Adam was going to bring. But he's really good with the ball at his feet and all, lads. And you see his physicality last night when he absolutely ragdolled that boy. He doesn't take MD's crap. And it took about 5 or 6 of the team plus Brendan to calm him down, to say, right, big man, come on. I know you get yourself booked, but you're like, big man, you got to get yourself sent off. You're not good to his earlier when you're, doing the business here. But not only that, lads, he presses the game as well. So, in my opinion, people can call me crazy, right? He reminds me of Big Dembele. He's just so mobile. He's so physical. And he's now starting to add some goals to the game now. And the team look a hell of a lot more confident now with them there. You seen it again on Sunday. When he came on and scored 2 from being a sub at half-time. So last night he scores that header. He's just an absolute presence, and there's defenders now staying away from him because he just, he leans into them and he must be solid. I mean, seeing him up close last night, and you see he's very quick.
He's a big unit.
A big unit, man. He is, and like I says, mate, we have not had somebody like that since Giakoumakis.
Is it not a wee chubby guy, no?
What's that?
Is it not a wee chubby guy, no?
No,
he's not a wee chubby guy, mate. No, definitely no. I know. I do know one of them, right enough. But
keep it nice. Keep it nice.
No.
It's a private joke, guys.
I'm not going to Adam either. For me, he's too big a presence right now for the team not to have, if that makes sense. And right now, I don't know if it's just me, lads, but I don't. Ryan, you maybe, I'll bring you in on this one, mate. I just can't see Big O getting a game now, mate. And I think he'll keep Big O at the team. And maybe even Kyogo at the moment.
I agree with Baz as well. I did say to you last night, JP, that the wee man, even when he's warming up, it was just like, I don't want to sit and say something that's not true. Just from my eyes, it was just like he was I was snibbing there myself as a sub.
Ryan, do you think he's injured? Do you think there's an injury there?
Possibly.
Dealt with?
Possibly. Maybe he's just know himself. But I agree with Baz. He's not pressing as much. He's not getting involved in the play as much. And he is still making, by the way, he made 2 or 3 cracking runs last night. And again, nobody finds him. So maybe he's just getting frustrated that he's not scoring goals or he's not getting game time as much, or I don't know. But he just, when he came on last night, JP, it did wrap a wee bit with the big man getting off, and we've been crying out for a physical presence up front, especially for the European side. But like I says, the same with Yang, I'm not going to get, wow, what a player, sign him up right away. He's only played a handful of games, even less than a handful of games. But what I've seen so far, he's been decent, very decent indeed. And if he continues to do that in the summer, have a look at him, how much we need to pay. If we decide, like I think I said to you the other night, see if he gets maybe 10 goals to the end of the season, that's a very good income for the January 10th of the season, considering they're just into the team. Potentially then maybe looking to sign him. And I've said to you, people might call me crazy for this. I've said to you on this personally, I've said to you off the chat, Celtic can go and buy Bernd Kyogo, by the way. He's the only guy we can go and get. Yes, he's very, very good and his movement's frightening. But Celtic can go and get somebody better, Kyogo. There's always somebody better than... So, in the summer, I'll be going to think of somebody else. Because if he's not going to continue to score goals or be up to standard Celtic, then you've got to... like I say, you've always got to refresh your team. The big one always sticks out to me was Liverpool. After they won the league, Klopp trusted his players, loyalty. I think he only signed 1 or 2 players if that. And the next year after that, they never near the Premier League. So you've always got to refresh your team, be that the boardroom, the backroom staff, the players. You always need to add. And for me, if the big man keeps going the way he's gone, you've got to look at potentially signing him up. But I'm not going to sit here and go, brilliant player, get him signed up right away, because the next few games it could be never near it. So this is at Celtic, yourself, lads. If the guys are continually doing it, then you go, right, brilliant. But we all know, try no fall in love with a lone player, because they're not always going to come back to you.
I read today, Brian, just when you're talking about Ida, I read today, see, Norwich had a deal in place with Verona before they came to us.
I know that.
It was a loan to buy, but the agreed fee seemingly was £3 million that Norwich value it.
I
don't know if that would change, but that's seemingly what it was.
On the evidence now, I think £3 million is what we paid for roughly, wasn't it? So and I would say Adam Ida's far much better value than O already.
But if he does well, that might go up, you know what I mean? Because there's no option to buy, so they would need to negotiate. So
I've tried to give O a chance more time, and
I agree with Baz there. I know. I mean, he got an absolute doing after fans before they'd even seen him. He was being called a dud. I seen comments with duds and stuff like that.
JP, I'm not going to take back what I
tell
said
you
about
their fans were creaming in their boxer shorts, right? Creaming, absolutely creaming, like you're half the end showing a Friday night, me man. Honestly, Greg's having got as much as cream as I saw about this one.
I'm going to blame the fans, but they're only going with the evidence there.
The fans
wanted this guy, you know what I mean?
The fans wanted Sydney Van
Hooydonk. He's hard to take the ball for Norwich.
It's the set name, that's all that was, wasn't it? It's the set name and when he was playing.
But like I says, I'm not going to take back what I said
You're
about
his
profile.
Van
Like I says, good or no, his profile, the fans were every right to look at his profile and go, whoa, here, this is risky. No really scored a lot of goals, loads of injuries, no playing for Norwich. There's millions of red flags. It's the same you take a bird out a date. You see all the red flags, you're going to go for it. No.
He must be sitting in the same WhatsApp group as Derek Adams, because he's had a go at Scottish football.
Aye, Van Hooydonk. But like I says, I agree with Baz. He's kind of come in with the looks at it where maybe a siege mentality. I'll prove he's all right. I'm a Celtic fan. I know what it means to be here. I know what it means to play here. And listen, see at the end of the season and he scores 10 to 12 goals and he's got a medal on his neck. I'll go, listen, what an impact, big man. I'll happily take you in the summer. But why?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's absolutely mental. You know, because Anne signed these guys, we were.
I think the reason, just my thinking, Baz, I think the reason why Kyogo wasn't enough is because I think you just trusted Ange. He knew this guy. He's managed him in the same league as him. He's scored goals basically in that league. Very, very good with Japan as well when he plays the odd time. I know all the time he's not played a lot, but I think we just trusted Ange. I think we just had this persona with Ange. Like, right, okay, he's taking errors. He's dealing with this. He's wanting this. He's He knows these players. He's managed in that league. Right, okay, we trusted him. Maybe we should trust Rodgers a bit more, and he signs
David believe now because like Rodgers tried to tell us, nobody listen, no chance. Everybody thinks this is a recruitment team's signing. Rodgers has said twice now that it was him that picked him. You know, he's picked. He's obviously had a look at. Don't get me wrong, he's probably had a look at a list or maybe 3 or 4 off that list and went, I want him.
No, that's true, but it's 100%. You're right there, mate. Spot on, aye.
You're looking at the end of that transfer window. You're waiting. We knew we needed a striker. We knew we needed a left back.
No more than Barry knows. There's a lot of quality.
Oh, aye, 100%.
In that championship in England, lots.
Well, you've seen the League One where Matt O'Reilly.
We got Matt O'Reilly from MK Dons. Frightening, absolutely. Listen, people that's turning. I think
there's talent everywhere.
People off. Of
course, everywhere.
People just write people off just because it's not what they want, you know. And it doesn't matter. People thought that big boy Van Hooijdonk was going to, you know, he'd all the answers. And he's never started one game for sign for Norwich.
His goal record in Italy as well. His goal record in Holland was pretty good, but in Italy it was really, really poor.
I think it was 9 or 10 games in this season, they goals, aye.
Penny Arabia.
It's just a combination of everything. You look at kind of, we're told before the transfer window after the captain and the manager were looking for quality, and then we're bringing in a loan player for Norwich 2 days before the window ends with the option to buy. I think everybody's looking at that. I think we got our hopes built up with what the manager and the captain says, and obviously the finances didn't help that either. So, but we all said on here as well, we looked at his goal record and that he wasn't getting a game for Norwich, and we says it wasn't a great kind of profile or outlook, but he's playing for Celtic, so we need to give him the best chance he possibly can. So we need to get behind him, and at present, he's contributing and he's doing really well. So that he needs to keep that on for the rest of the season. Just like every single player in the Celtic team at the minute, we need to make sure that these last kind of 10 or 11 games, whatever that might be, as like cup finals, we need to perform to the capabilities that we've shown kind of last night. And if we do that, I've kind of every confidence that we'll take care of this league and Scottish Cup.
I'll tell you one thing he's got.
That word again is the F.
I'll tell you one thing the big man's got, and I was really impressed with his last night. His first touch is bang. It's really his first touch. There was one, I don't know if you remember it, JP Allen, but there's one.
By the way, there's a good point as well. So he's actually came ready-made, ready to play.
And
by the way, the game before he signed, he came on against Liverpool. I know they got a doing, but
it's all like Van Hooijdonk.
The most impressive thing was that header at the weekend. That header was top class. That was like Henry Larsson style header. That was the most impressive thing I thought. I thought the one at the weekend was really impressive.
It was just
honestly,
it's his first touch. I mean, in a striker, if you've got a good first touch, it'll give you that advantage, take your touch, and then obviously go and score. There was one in the first. There was one. Was it the first or second?
Alan saying about that header. Alan saying about that header at the weekend. Who was it? Put the ball at him.
No,
Greg,
Greg,
that was last night.
But there was one.
He's been tremendous.
I'm sure it was the second half. There was a ball. Or was it the first half? There was a ball switched at him, and he just pinged it into his path, and he played it, and it was his first touch. That's probably the biggest thing that I've been impressed with him. It's not his presence or how quick he is. It's his first touch, and just I'm starting to really come to him. He's definitely got the attributes to be a top striker. He's quick. He can hold the play. He's good at heading. But I'm really impressed with his first touch, lads. And if you've got a good first touch, it helps you because you can then set yourself to go. Do you want to go there? Do you want to go there? Do you need to play it long? Do you need to play it short? So, honestly, you want to take the guy on and go and score. But for me, like the Yang, it's his place to lose now. I couldn't believe a few weeks ago I was even saying about no playing Kyogo. now if the big man's still scoring goals and he's playing well, the wee man's got to do a lot of training to get back in, because if you're a striker scoring goals, it's very, very hard to play. And I think Tynecastle and Name across the water, they 2 games, his physical presence, especially at Ibrox, it'll be something different for him, because they're used to playing against Mikhailo, who's nippy and quick, and he won't put up a fight with elbows. And that last night, he just threw it. Listen, sit down, son. That's what we need, a bit of physicality. And I agree with Baz, he holds the ball well as well, and it just gives you a different dimension. We've not had that in a long time, since Jackie Mackey's for last year, so we're nearly 2 years now. But for me, fantastic, and I hope he continues to do the same.
Absolutely, lads. And listen, I think we've some big up tonight really, really well. And he's got an amazing tattoo as well, as we all know. So long may it continue for us. But one I want to speak about, Alan, is Matt O'Reilly. Another one that's come in for huge criticism, I think, over the last few weeks. And people saying, I've heard words being used like his toilet and he's this and he's that and he's.
Who says his toilet?
I've seen a couple of comments, mate, on social media.
On, man.
He's been toilet, he's this, he's that. But not only his goal, right? I'm not even going to mention his goal first. I want to mention that volley that I do not know what he done with his leg to get his leg up that high.
Was that a bar?
Oh my goodness gracious me. How did he even manage to keep that? Like,
did have a couple of assists as well.
His legs up here somewhere. To hit it. It's. I mean, if that is in, that's up there the goal of the season, in my opinion, Alan.
Oh, it's always human, right? Well, Matt O'Reilly's set a massively high bar for himself. You're looking at the start of the season. That's how he's obviously attracted the attention for massive clubs like Atletico Madrid. So it's only natural you get dips, but you know the quality's there. He's a top player. You can see that. I think everybody can see that. And it could be human nature that with the kind of offers coming in, that his head might have not been completely in it. But top class performance last night. Was definitely looked back to his best. Very active. Some of his passing range was incredible. But that's what we need. Mm-hmm. We need a consistent kind of Matt O'Reilly. You see the difference in the whole kind of shape up of the team as well when Matt O'Reilly's kind of putting in that kind of performance. It makes kind of everything tick when you've got that kind of player with the amount of technical ability that he's got. It makes the job so much easier for the rest of the team because he's putting the kind of passes in, he's putting the balls in for the players that can do the damage and score the goals. And obviously he popped up with one himself for another cross for who, Ryan?
Greg.
Aye. So you're looking at we need every player to kind of get on their game. Obviously, we know that we're in a title race, so it's massively brilliant last night to watch that kind of performance. We're seeing that kind of performance, and that's given us a lot of hope to say that we've turned the corner and we can go on and put a run of wins together that can bring us the 2 trophies home.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Ryan, obviously, just touching on O'Reilly there, mate. His control, everything about him last night was just back to the Matt O'Reilly we're used to. And as Baz says in his comments there, there's been games where he's carried us this season. I think one of the fondest memories I've had of him this season was when he sent Barbie to the shops for chips and gravy. And he just all he did was turn his body and she just went flying. And nearly ended up like Forrest Gump running right out the stadium, but he fell. So, unbelievable, mate. And that technique last night to keep, his legs up here somewhere, but to keep his leg there and still get enough action on it to have it goalward and the ball hits the bar. Astonishing, mate.
Aye, that technique's very, very hard, mate. It's very hard to teach that. You've either obviously practiced through the years, but some people are just born with brilliant technique. Later, like Baza, we've seen him play, mate. Baza's technique's phenomenal as well, and that's the level you need to get to that level. Some of these guys' technique, JP. I've always said, right. I used to think I was good at pinging balls, right? But see, when you see a football player at the top level, there's a different way where it's weird. I know that sounds mad, but there's a way they hit the ball. There's just a way that they hit it, the way it sounds. It's just night and day, and it's all about technique and control. And mate, I thought last night it was a matter really we've seen most of the season. Maybe we all thought because of the window and the bid rejected, maybe he was like, I should have maybe went or whatever else, and maybe that his head was a wee bit hanging but that bid came in. But like I says, mate, people can go off for him. They're no robots. They're human beings. They're going to have bad weeks or bad days at the office, and it happens. And he's been brilliant for his JP. He's over the piece, and I agree with Baz. He's been one of our shining lights this season, and he's been probably a player of the year this season, probably, I would say, as it stands at the moment. So I hope he can get his form right back to the way it was last night in the season, because like we've said, JP, on plenty of times, this is when the cream rises to the top. This Celtic team, when the chips are down and they've been doubted, and the last two Derby games they were doubted before it, they were coming, and Clement's this and Beale was this, and they've come in and took care of them quite comfortably. So you've got to expect this team to keep turning up. Last night, big reaction needed. It was there. Second, the half time on Sunday, I was doubting them. I was like, if we don't come out the second half here, what's going to happen after the game? Is the manager going to get hounded? Are the fans going to be toxic? Something's going to happen in the game if we don't get a victory here. And then look at the 3 or 4 days later, look at that performance. So just shows you what Baz says as well. Every podcast, Baz is on JP, even in the group chats, football can change within a minute. Football can change like that. Your opinion can change. Sunday we were all saying, manager, what's he doing here? What's happening here? And then boom, last night.
So hold on. Who's we all?
What?
Who's we all? You're like Sunday we were all saying, but I need to ask, who's we all?
The majority of the fan base were all questioning the team on Sunday. I think if we're all saying...
Don't start again, man.
If we're all saying the word, we're all lying to ourselves here. Just about majority of group chat down the line would have been, what we're doing here. The first half was poor, but in the second half and then leading into yesterday, night and day. And that's
lads, I can sit here and safely say I was never in doubt.
Aye, well, don't tease it. Don't tease
never
it. Just about majority of fan
doubt.
base will
Never in any doubt. They've
never
let me down yet.
We've let it down once or twice this season, so let's be fair.
I know. He was on a petrol milkshake, wasn't he?
Aye, I was a bit older than bleach for the messed up. No, but overall,
we tripped the Costco boys and got it in an offer.
Overall, Matt O'Reilly's been brilliant, and he's probably in a shining light of the season so far. And I just want to put one wee bit into the boy Kelly. It came on. It was like I says, people say there's no a pathway, including myself, right? But that wee boy's an example that if you work hard and you've got some sort of ability, you'll get a chance. 45 minutes last night, he could have played Bernardo, he could have put on Kyogo, he could have put on other guys, and he put on him.
Yeah.
So Vata didn't get a sniff last night. So I feel to make it at Celtic as a youth player or confuse the youth, to even get a minute on the park, you need to be exceptional. You need to be very, very good, because the level, we've seen it with the 10th season, Harper local flex lost. They looked like wee boys against men, and the boy last night fitted in like a glove. It was brilliant.
One about the Wallow flood in the Celtic deal.
I'll tell you what, see his finish. He didn't have to stop, he didn't have to look, he just banged right on it. And I was actually right behind that. I sat right behind that goal, and brilliant finish. And I really enjoyed last night as a piece, lads. I don't know about yous, but I really enjoyed the football, and it was just good to go and see Celtic play football again. And as much as I love going to see Celtic, and as much as I love last minute goals and I love winning games, see, being at half time, knowing the game is won, you can enjoy the second half. The players can express themselves, and that's what I felt last night, JP. I felt the players. It was like there's maybe a weight off their shoulders for Sunday. They just came out all guns blazing, and I agree with Baz as well. Carter Vickers, if he stays fit, I think Celtic win the league because he's so calm, he's so assured, and he's strong, he's powerful, and he helps whoever's next to him. Maybe that's one reason why Starfelt was so good as well.
He just allows us to play forward, man.
And for me, he said it as well. We missed that goals for corners as well. And overall, last night, lads, let you back in for the rest, mate. I've said my piece. Overall, it was fantastic.
Really?
Aye. And hopefully that's the sign for things to come. And like I say, that's gave me even more confidence now into the rest of the season that we're well into this, if you want to call it a title race. We're well in it now. And I've got every belief in this team and the manager now that we can hopefully go on and get success this the season, and not just the league. Hopefully, try and get the Scottish Cup as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think, like I say, that football can change very quickly, and
the pitch looked a lot better last night.
Yeah, do you know what? Great minds think alike. I was just about to say this about Brennan's comments about the pitch. And that obviously helps us the way we play. It suits us to play quicker and get the ball moving. I mean, the pitch being a shambles recently, not so long ago, it affected our play, it affected the way we play the game. And I think, you look at Motherwell's pitch at the weekend was immaculate in my opinion. The second half, we really strutted our stuff on it. And then last night, but Alan, I just can't help but think Motherwell just awoke a sleeping bear on Sunday, getting in 1-0 at half time. I just think they shook a bear that was ready to be woke up and sprung to life, and you can see them, like McGregor, Joe Hart, guys like that, they've got the bit between their teeth now. And it's like, right, okay, can't have it all the time. Sometimes you're going to need to fight, but aye, we're definitely up for a fight as well. And we've got that about us.
No. Obviously, after last night, try to be massively positive, but should it take going behind at Motherwell and sitting in February, going 2 points behind to shake a bear? We know we're capable of this kind of performances, so where's it been?
A few bears this season with 2 derbies and one anyway.
Aye, it's not done as much use, but I just hope it doesn't come back to bite us, because I don't think we've got much room for error. The level that the other teams are, apart from the top 2 teams in the league in Scotland, it's not showing much. I don't think there'll be many points dropped. I think there will probably be points dropped, but
look at Aberdeen.
So you're looking at probably the next 2 Glasgow derbies is they're imperative that it needs to be won. Obviously, we've got that kind of record the last 2 of them, but I don't think we've got any room for error, especially this weekend. It's a massive game. We usually kind of face a Heart side that are massively up for it, so it's massively important that we win this game. And obviously the Scottish Cup game against Livingston next week, get into the international break. So, and then after that, we've got the possibility of Tati being back as well. So it could all look a hell of a lot better. But we need to treat these kind of last remaining games as cup finals. We need to make sure that we're at the absolute kind of peak of our game, absolute top of our game, and make sure that kind of performance that we seen last night, that's where we go forward to. That's what we show. That kind of tempo, it must be shown. All right.
It must be the one you keep in your cupboard then.
Cheers for viewing.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we're getting out of date jam tarts or something with the cupboard.
I hope Shanklin's having a few steak pies on Saturday night anyway.
It's funny. It's funny you saying about Peg. He must. I don't want to add the ING at it, but somebody like that when they're saying
maybe
about having to Peg.
Must have watched the whole 10 show.
So maybe there's been somebody intrusive to him in his lifetime. I have the idea. That's just a theory.
It's all good banter. All good banter.
It's onwards and upwards. We can only take the positives for last night and obviously the second half.
A peg or two. A peg or two. That must be the one Mick Beale left there before he left from Sunderland. No, he's took the two of them because the two of them fell off.
Aye.
So,
see on that and all, like, see him. Why would you see after losing a job, but he lost? Why would you right back into a job? Surely you would step back and take a few weeks at least to think about what you've done. That's he will look like.
No, but you need to keep up your Ailey's Twitter account going, mate, telling people you're the greatest planet since sliced bread. So you've kind of got to keep up with the Joneses and keep it in flow because. I mean, after all, he was the brains behind Steven Gerrard and Gary McAllister, wasn't he?
I know. At that point, acid is bad, lads. It's bad, right?
No,
don't do drugs.
At that point this evening, drugs are bad for you.
Aye, that's that. Okay.
Hopefully, Paz, it'd be nice to get a good victory against
Celtic scored 3 minimum Sunday conference Sky Ham. Yes, Baz, I believe Celtic will come bouncing off the coach and into Tynecastle
and shoot him with a crossbow.
Shoot him with a crossbow. And I hope it's not Cal McGregor. I hope it's not Cal McGregor because he's the only one picking away for being suspended.
Shoot me a crossbow and get him in a wee peg or two.
Maybe that's he's thought of it. Maybe that's the pegs he's thought of it. His mammy made him a wee crossbow for a game at the weekend.
It's only February. I've not got any pegs left in my outside yet. It's still like
anyway, just talk about the jam tarts. It was absolutely disgusting, lads. I'm just going to quickly mention it just because somebody brought that up. It's absolutely disgusting what I saw in a video last night.
The corkscrew.
Yeah, there was a bottle opener with a corkscrew.
Disgusting.
Yeah, definitely. And I can't believe we got a penalty for it.
Why would you?
At least they're sharing their food, didn't
they? See a serious matter, lads, right? Why would you go to football carrying any weapon, corkscrew, knife, whatever it is? Why would you walk into football? What possessions you to walk in with a boat opener? But that's just whoever it is needs dealt with, and I hope because listen, that could have gave as much as we're having a laugh and a joke here. That could have seriously hurt Shankland. He's lucky. Yeah. He's turned
I'm glad
away.
He's seen it. I'm really glad he's seen it coming, and he moved out. He was able to do that and get out of the way of it because
it's great. Like I says, mate, that's just why would you think to walk? Mate, I guarantee it's probably an adult. It's probably an adult that's went to the game, maybe we's kid or whatever. And thought, you know what, I'm going to take a corkscrew to fit with me. You after that?
Yeah, no, 100%. But the thing is, right, striker's instinct and all that. I was disappointed they never chested it down and volleyed it into the net.
fair play. Fair play.
Yeah, fair play. You put it this way, making a comment on here, you're going to have to deal with what comes next.
But spot on. It was a disgrace. Spot on.
Yeah, 100%. An absolute disgrace. And but I did hear a wee rumour today. It was a Celtic fan, the premonition, just getting Shankland ready to open the champagne up for us. Was the one he liked. So there is that sort of narrative. There's plenty of narratives been getting spun this season. So why not try and spin my own somehow? But no, listen, absolutely disgusting, and I hope the SFA and the SPFL...
Maybe they'll throw it to Bernaby at the weekend.
maybe that's what it was. Maybe we're waiting on him coming. Maybe we're waiting on him coming and open a wee bottle of roses.
It's all right, he'll dodge it anyway, it's all right.
Catch it!
It's all right, he's not driving, he's got a bus. It's all right, he's not driving, he's on a bus.
Nah, he's on a bus. He's getting 41.
He's got one of the electric scooters now, hasn't
he? And the back here, Bernaby one.
It's not that, by the way. See, because he's not getting a game much now. He's helping out Big Quan, so he's got one of the just.
Deliveroo. He's like that.
He's got one of the. Big Quan's gone mental now, mate, for opening that franchise. So he's got one of the baskets at the front now, and he's got that Just Eat box here. So he's away.
You got a bomb and a meatball marinara.
Jaeger bomb, and a meatball marinara.
Right, come on, get up here before we do something daft.
Couple of vodka and Red Bull and a chicken tikka footlong with Southwest sauce.
Chicken tikka sakala.
Don't say footlong, Ryan will jump off onto the half-10 show, man.
I know, but hurry up. I've got 5 minutes to go, lads. Hurry up.
I know, he's got to drill a hole in his bathroom door.
Talking about footlongs and me, man. Got 2 guests on tonight, so we'll need to go.
I wish I had a footlong, no, mind a 6-inch.
Aye. Just put 2 6 inches together, me, man, and get a 40, you're alright.
It's like getting your Tinder bio, Ryan.
I'll get big quantity, come in and demonstrate one of Big Alan's Celtic jerseys, so it's probably one of the best Celtic jerseys you'll wear this season.
I know.
But poor Quan, he's a good lad, I know. But he's that much a good lad, so Mum want him for another year. Absolutely unbelievable. But I've heard that Snow, I've heard he wants a year off to do well with that franchise he's got there. So he's just using St Mirren as an alias.
He made me add a muffin in my meal the other day. Come on, get up here before that does something too much, man.
Did he give you that Paddy's Day hat and beer boot or not?
Aye, it was off freebie, I know. So.
That's no muffin, that's more driving. But no, lad, it's been a pleasure, honestly. As it always is. When are we back on, actually?
I don't know.
Tomorrow. Okay, we're back on tomorrow. There we go. We've had it. We're back on tomorrow at the time of
Half two.
Still half two before people.
We'll sort it. I don't know what time.
We'll put it on the social media. We'll put it on the community, and we'll put it on social media for you folks. But I hope everybody's had a good day, and I hope everybody enjoyed the game. Hope everybody enjoyed this chat. From myself, Ryan and Alan, take care. Hail, hail, guys.
Hail, hail.
Hail, hail.
See you later. Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us.